Enjoy this while you can, because all that heat and humidity that we were tracking last week is coming back around. Blue sky to my left, gray and rainy to my right. This is literally the exact example we like to use when we say 25% chance of rain. Well, one half of the town is seeing rain, the other half is completely bone dry. It has the potential for wind gusts, damaging wind gusts, in fact, up to 60 miles per hour. Now that can break trees and power lines. Listen up, as we go around the international border though, by around 6 o'clock, this is go time for these storms. They could be quite strong and severe, giving us our gusty winds. And if this line does form, we are going to be looking at damaging winds pushing outwards. So straight line wind damage. We can't rule out some hail with that. With all the heavy rain that we were tracking this morning, not only did it start to break away culverts, but it also washed all the debris down the roads too. You can see that took a lot of heavy rain in such a short period of time. Storm is over. There is not going to be any more severe threat, because once the cold front continues to advance eastward, there is nothing more for energy behind it. And another one out ahead of it towards Augusta and Rockland. Now, once this gets through, it's your final burst. And then once we get towards the afternoon, we do begin to clear out. Temperatures warm up. And so it's going to be a fairly nice rebound of a day. So as I work your way through the 12-hour forecast, only a few more hours of this impact weather does remain. We are under a flood watch. This just means that conditions are favorable. If we continue to see some of these stalled out rain showers persisting through the night and through Monday morning, which is when this flood watch expires at 8 in the morning. Now, if we look at our Kennebunkport camera right now, you are really watching that fog coming in. I can't even tell. Is that a boat? Yeah, so we're going to be seeing some problems out there if you guys are boating, bringing the chance for widespread snow. And though we're looking at colder temperatures to keep the snow fluffy, it's going to be starting to pile up. So we'll tell you about the amounts as the system gets closer. There's still time for that low where the track goes to shift, and with that shift it'll change the amounts that we do see. As we are already seeing the impacts from this storm, it's going to be traveling many miles, in fact over 1,000 miles, impacting a lot of populated areas like St. Louis, Cincinnati, Indianapolis, and eventually here at home by late Sunday afternoon, going all the way into Monday. This is going to become a very strong storm, and what we're talking about when it's a bomb cyclone or it's undergoing bombogenesis, it's really just a rapid intensification of central pressure in the storm. It's 24-hour millibar drop, and it's a really intense drop when it does happen, so it gets strong. As that satellite's looking down at Earth, you can actually see the sun's light is already starting to melt it away. It starts at the mid-coast, then starts to crawl back, receding from the coast up towards the mountains, where they're still hanging on to some of their snow. So if you're looking for some last-minute skiing, get it in now, because as we look at our temperature forecast going over the next few days, we're starting to warm up. Heavy rain is expected to arrive Thursday. That can mean bigger problems for areas that have already been hard hit by last week's heavy rain. There's another heavy round coming in, and this is the line that we're saying, okay, this has the wind gust potential, but this also has a flood potential as well. We actually have this nice coating here of freezing rain right on Tracker 8's window, and so that's what drivers are going to be dealing with. This is underneath, turning to ice very fast. They'd also check in with a buoy about 5 miles out from here, getting wave heights of 16 feet. Think about that. If you're out there on the boat, that not only makes me seasick, but it's very dangerous. Here in the next 2 hours or so, we're really waiting for this front to continue to push on east. There's a lot of damage here, and I want to show you just how powerful that force of the water was. This is a concrete boulder that probably came from only a few feet just up this hill, but it looks like it was dropped straight from the sky, and it's now cemented into this person's driveway. We're completely dry in Tracker 8. Oh, wait a minute. I want to show you guys something cool that I'm seeing. If I can get the roof camera to, Colleen, you're going to love this if I can get this thing to focus here. I'm trying to zoom in. You can see the overshooting top of this storm here. Now that shows that we've got a lot of energy actually boosting into one area. It will take a few more cooling cycles to really see the true impact on the ecosystems. It's one small victory in a sea of problems. In Portland for Maine's Total Weather, I'm Emily Pike. What ended up with was at least one tornado warning that went through areas like Skowhegan and Norridge Walk, and we did actually have a report of a funnel cloud. Now, a funnel cloud is not touching the ground. That would be a tornado, but had it touched the ground, we would have probably seen some damage. So far, we're not seeing any damage reports, but we are going to wait for the National Weather Service in Gray to assess this further. I can tell you we did have some indicated rotation on radar, but we also were getting reports of a wall cloud. So what I would always say is we don't always get a tornado just because you see a wall cloud. Most don't actually produce tornadoes, but here's the tier. You get a strong storm, you can get that rotation, that wall cloud, then you get a funnel cloud, and when it reaches the ground, you get a tornado. On Monday, a strong nor'easter moved up the coast. This meant a lot of excitement for those looking for thrills at high tide, including this surfer at Reed State Park. As the storm strengthened along the coast, buoys recorded waves up to 17 feet. When water reached the shore, it pushed high tide from 8 feet to 10 feet, just below the minor flood stage, making Noble Lighthouse keeper Matt Rosenberg very happy.
Yeah, I just wanted to come out and see what the level was going to be for all the waves and stuff. And they're big, but they're not going to, I don't think it's going to damage the lighthouse.
And despite the cold, snow-whipped winds, people from all over ventured to watch it unfold.
I couldn't believe when I saw the ocean. I just never saw it look like this. You know, we come out here a lot, but this is a lot, yeah.
Minor splashover and localized ponding was reported along Webhennet Drive in Wells.
This is overflow from the ocean, so this is, waves that have come down the street.
And up along Maine's mid-coast, the height of the waves showing off in this perspective.
But I could feel the car shaking because the wind is just so strong.
The waves were impressive, but the wind was a close second.
The wind could blow you down there, it's crazy.
Maine avoided the worst of the storm while surrounding states broke records. For Maine's Total Weather, I'm Emily Pike.